Hello, late, average, 10:30-ish. Long day, tired day. Got a bit done. Not as much done as quickly as I would have liked. Turns out, it was more to sort out in the wardrobe than it was to sort out under the bed. And although it wasn't as dusty, there's still a bit of thing. Basically, I'm happy with the top shelf and the bottom. I need to, basically the floor, I'm sorting out. And by wardrobe, I mean it's actually a built-in cupboard. So it's like, slightly longer than the width of the door actually, because it's sort of, you got the door and then there's little bits that go out and then that way. And then it's quite deep. Certainly, we're not just talking like a coat hanger's width, we're talking like a coat hanger, maybe 1.5 coat hangers. So there's a lot of space in there. And there's like the shelf, like the main bit where the rail is, and there's a little bit on top of that. So there's actually a fair bit of space in there. It's quite a good space. And ignore the blue box on the floor. But those bags there are all in the buffet going to the charity shop. And that useful crate has a whole bunch of mostly cross-stitch and some crafty magazines that are all going to have to go in the recycling. I'm not going to faff around. We're like, I could leave them downstairs, but I want the box back. So I'm just going to have to pop them all in recycling, which is a bit of a shame. I did sort through them, so anything that was a pattern for a kit that I've gotten, because I've kept all the kits, I've pulled that out, and then any other patterns that I like the look of, I've pulled out. So basically, the collection that is like this space is now a pile about yay high, which is kind of heartbreaking. But I was looking through it and thinking, okay, yeah, all the designs are good. All the designs have had a lot of work and effort gone into them, and a lot of them are kind of pretty, and you can see why someone would like them. But not all of them were for me. Very few of them were like, when I really think about it, were ones that I totally loved. So what I basically kept was a couple of alphabets I took out, which I thought they were kind of interesting looking. Anything with a penguin in it, because I know someone who loves penguins. Anything related to a kit. Anything Art Deco. There's a few Art Deco ladies and figures in there. And then like some really interesting bird designs, a few stained glass designs that I thought looked kind of cool. And just anything cute or fun that I thought, yeah, I might actually do something with that. So yeah, they're all getting recycled. There's about 7 bags of mostly clothing, plus a couple of other bits. I've decided to get rid of some of my jumpers. I've got like 7 sweaters now. A lot, like about 3 or 4 of them are Wizarding World related. I've got a couple of woolly jumpers that I like, that I've had for a while. Well, one I've had forever. One I bought earlier this year. Another one I bought like last year, so they're still relatively new. And then I've got some cardigans that I keep in rotation, depending if I'm in the mood for a jumper or a cardigan. So I realised that these other cardigans and a couple of jumpers that I had that were perfectly fine, they're good, perfectly serviceable clothing, I just didn't need them anymore. I just don't. There's more than I needed there, and why have a plain grey jumper when you can have a nice, Buffy one or a Harry Potter one, or I haven't got a Marvel one yet, but today's t-shirt is Man and the Wasp. From, again, I'm going to say Geek Gear. Actually, this is my necklace. You probably won't be able to see that properly, but yeah. It's like little blue crystals and a little eagle in there. So yeah, again, Ravenclaw. Yeah, so that's basically been my day today. I've done the washing up as well. Because I was like, I didn't start the sorting out the wardrobe as early as I would have liked, but I did do the washing up. I just thought I didn't want to do the thing, because I did it yesterday where see what I'm showing. I did it yesterday where I put the washing machine on, and then every time I sort of went to the kitchen, I was like, oh crap, I've still got to do on top of everything else, I've still got to sort the laundry out. So I thought if I do the washing up first, get it out of the way, then it's done, and I haven't got, you know, if I'm walking to the oh, fuck, I've still got this to do. You know, I've got, oh, I'm still doing this, I'm up to my elbows and everything, I've, you know, half the living rooms, and everything I've done, everything I've got going on at the moment needs to be sorted out by the end of tomorrow. Because himself comes back, I think he's coming back about Sunday lunchtime, because he is working Sunday nights. And to be honest, I just want to sit and do nothing for a little while. I am working on Monday. That's already been confirmed for me. So basically, there's some bits and pieces I can sort out now. Whilst I'm watching some videos or such, I've got. It says crochet and embroidery at the top, but it's actually a knitting magazine partwork series. I hope that's in frame. Which is mostly sorted out. I think there's like maybe 25 to 30 issues that need sorting out, and it's one of those ones where you've got your issue, but it's in different sections. So it's not so much what, you know, you can't just, well, in theory you could probably just pop the whole thing in. But, you know, there's a bit dedicated to a whole project that you actually get the wall for. And then there's like a clothing section and all this stuff. So, yeah, it's a case of, you know, bits and pieces. It's all individually numbered. It's actually quite a nice bag. I'm barely at the ability to stitch a square. But that's quite nice. Knitting's one of the things that I've always wanted to try. My nan was a big knitter. I kind of wanted to spend some time with her and sort it all out, but I don't know, I didn't get around to it. Probably a couple of different reasons that probably weren't brilliant when you think about it, but yeah. I need to get myself into a stitchy club. I have knitted things before. I've knitted, like, I can. For me, it's more the casting on and getting it going. Once I've got it going, I can be pretty good. I do know how to do it in theory, and then this will teach me more specifics. But yeah, I've got a whole bunch of these to sort out. Because once I've got them sorted out, I can put those folders back at the top of the wardrobe behind the jumpers. I can. At the moment, the wall's on the bottom of the wardrobe, so I'm like, do I leave that there, or do I just, if I can shove it in next to the folders? Because if I can do that, then obviously that saves that space, but then I've still got other things that I want to put. It's a whole thing I've got to sort out. So that's tomorrow's work. It's been a long day. Found my lip balm. Yeah, long busy day. Lots of sorting out. Adam's coming around tomorrow at some point. I don't know what time Adam's going to be available. Hopefully not too late in the day, because the sooner I get that crate sorted out, the better. The recycling, the charity shop bags, I can walk those down myself, even if it takes me a couple of trips. I can't carry that crate downstairs on my own. Technically I could, but that means dragging it everywhere. I'd rather lift it and carry it. Like I said, I want to keep the crate. There are some bits and pieces and sorting out and stuff that I can do that doesn't require heavy lifting, but obviously the sooner I can get it sorted, the sooner I can just chill out and relax and actually spend time, have fun with Adam. And anyway, question time, because this has been a long preamble again. But like I said, there's a lot going on today. That's why my hair's just everywhere. I'm not really worried about it. What are your thoughts about nature? Do you love it, or would you rather just stay inside? Oh, bloody focus. Big fan of nature. Not always outside in it. I'm quite happy to look at it from the window. But I like it. I like animals. I even like this is an example. This is there. I even like insects. Oh, I pre-ordered the Lucas the Spider plushie, and I got the emails like yesterday saying about it's on its way to them, and then it's going to be distributed from that point. But I think think they said it's being made in Europe, not England necessarily, but I think they said it's somewhere in Europe. Or I think where it's being manufactured is closer to me currently than when they send it to distribution. So it's gonna bounce around a couple of times. Don't worry, when I get that, I will do a thing on that, because apparently you squeeze it, it's got like different things, like Lucas the Human's recorded. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, nature. I'm a big fan of nature. I love looking at it. I love watching the seasons changing. There's a tree outside my kitchen window that I've always been to take photos of, like through a cycle, but that does a really fantastic colour changing like through autumn. Like I said before, I like going on snow walks. Yeah, like I said, I love animals. I am a meat eater. I don't like go vegetarian or anything, but I will say hello to any dog that will say hello to me. I'm big on. I'm not proactively big on conservation, but I don't drive. I think my carbon footprint is relatively low. Like I said, I don't drive. I walk or get trains everywhere. Obviously, Adam drives me places, but that's his carbon footprint, not mine. And yeah, technically we could. I mean, like the places he drives me are places I can walk to, like the cinema, like the shopping. But with the shopping, it's because it's the main reason I have him with me is because I don't have someone to help me carry the shopping home. And with the cinema, well, where are we going to sit and do the reviews if we walk there? I mean, I suppose we could find a park bench or something, or come back here and do it. It's not the same. How can you do an in-car review if you haven't got a car? But yeah, no, I've often said that if I had the money, the resources, whatever, like if I had my own place, I would definitely look into investing into solar panels, with the possible backup that if there's a problem with that, then the power company that I sign up to, or I don't know, do you have to sign up to a power company if you've got solar panels and stuff? I mean, is it possible to be completely off grid? I don't know, that's something I'd have to look into, but you know, assuming that signing up to a power company as well as the solar panels, I would definitely look into it and do my research into ones that uses, you know, again, green fuels, or probably windmills. One of the best ones. If there's one that does hydroelectric, I think maybe, but I think that's more up in Scotland. I'd have to look into it, but definitely a windmill-based electric company as backup for when the solar panels aren't quite a thing. And there's I haven't looked into it because it's not something a thing that I need to worry about. But there is such a thing called power walls, which I don't know how big they are, but they're like batteries for your house that, you know, if you've got a really brilliant bright sunny day like the sun we've just had, instead of that energy going, you know, you power up your PVs, it sends power to the building, it powers everything that needs to power because, you know, that's its job, and then what happens to the rest of it? And as far as I understand them, power walls collect what doesn't get used by everything else, you know, on the regular. So, and there is government schemes that anything you make in excess, the government will buy back from you, or the power company will buy back. So you, in theory, you could get electric bills that say minus. Let's keep it a nice and easy, nice low number. Minus 50, and they actually give you £50. Which is kind of neat, which is neat, and it's like, okay, if you want to do that, that's fair enough. But the idea of the power wall is that £50 worth of electricity goes into your house, and that when the weather turns, you've still got something to keep you going. So that's something I'd look into, and yeah, I guess that's looking after nature in its own way. But yeah, I enjoy nature. I like looking at it. I like experiencing it. Like I said, insects, like the smallest of the creepy crawlies to the biggest of the, I suppose the biggest animals I've sort of come into contact. Well, In the absolute wild, probably nothing bigger than a dog. And use as like domestic. I've met like some huskies and that. I think they're probably closest to wolves and stuff. In the zoos, yeah, I've seen the elephants. I've seen giraffes, big creatures. Had met monkeys and stuff. So yeah, I mean, obviously I've never seen a whale or anything like that, but respect. So yes, love nature. Don't always want to be outside in it because weather, but enjoy nature. Respect it. Try and take care of it where I can, and just appreciate it otherwise. Alright, that's a lot of waffle. I'm getting tired. I need to sort these books out. So I'm going to get on with that. So anyway, if you have been, thank you for watching. I completely appreciate you. You're awesome. And I'm going to sign off now because I'm getting rambly. So I've been Michelle, you've been listening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!